This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Guys, looking at Sacramento, they took the win in their last game against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
You're right. A lot of wide open spaces. They were running around undefended all night.
And Chris, when the season is in its early stages like it is now, how long do you think it takes a team before they feel comfortable with the rotations and the different guys on their roster? Sacramento making some changes. Len comes in for Rashawn Holmes. Len, a screen. Inside, out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Houston.
I'll just come out and say it. This has been a poor game for OJ, given the standard that they have set for themselves. But what is a bigger disappointment for me is how passive the rest of the team has been. I mean, when your stars are off of their game, it's on the role players to kind of step up and find ways to keep your team in it.
Now a timeout called by Houston. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
And they pushed the action, forced the defense to try to react in ways it just simply couldn't.
Here's Fresh, guarded by Fox. The baseline J. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Kept alive. Here's Fresh. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, he wasn't blocked out. He stayed with the play. You got to love the effort.
Here's Fox. He had 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
He's stealing the ball right and left. He was jumping the passing lanes. No one wanted to dribble against him. Total disruption.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Fresh, guarded by Fox. Here's Fresh. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Total breakdown on defense there, but fortunately he missed out.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lamb. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I did catch up with Coach Luke Walton. Said the key to this game is how much they can limit the quality looks inside. He said when you're playing a team like this, you don't stand a chance if you give them easy shots down low. We'll see who wins that battle, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. For Houston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Sacramento making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Something that can bite this Kings roster at times, Chris, is their carelessness with the ball.
Well, turnovers are a big problem for a lot of teams that have the youth that the Kings have. It's something that they should decrease the more this roster gets used to playing with each other. At least their turnovers come from players trying to do too much and share the ball instead of just not having their heads in the game.
A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Not really nice there. Poor technique on the screen, but savvy scoring move to save that trip down the floor.
Took him no time at all on that one. He has 6.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Mitchell kicks to left. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Land's got his second basket of the night.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
Well, that's because they're just taking smarter, high-quality shots, not forcing anything, just letting the game come to them naturally.
Fresh, the pass to Young. Here's Fresh. Shot clock at 6. Off target with his 3.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Lamb kicks to Mitchell. Lamb dishes to Harkless. On the wing, Lamb. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Rockets trail by 8. Here's Fresh. He's coming off a 25-point game against Toronto. Kicks it to Young. And the 3 off target. Kings leading now by 8. Dishes to Mitchell. Lamb a screen. And a wide open look for Lamb. No good on the 3. The Rockets shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Pass to Gordon. Takes the 13-footer. Len grabs the board. Sacramento's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. To the middle. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Len's got 6 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Fresh. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
1:03 left in the first quarter. Mitchell passes to Len. Count that one. 8 points for him.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Fresh. He kicks it to Young. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Sinks the triple. Gordon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, and just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Really likes getting the ball to his teammate.
Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Sacramento shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Mitchell drops them both. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Fresh. Screen by Young. Takes a 3. Len grabs the board.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Mitchell. Another shot and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Kings have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Free throw dropped for Mitchell. He's off on the second. Young. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's Sacramento up by 10. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching from the Kings, guys.
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
And you have to give some credit to the play calling, getting the ball to guys in spots where they can really do something with it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, Fresh, he's in at point guard. Also young out there. And it's Marjanovic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Fresh. And it's Fox with the rebound. Fox has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly. Look at this Rockets team. As impressive as they are on the offensive end, they do have their weak spots. One big one is rebounding and closing out possessions. They just give up way too many second chance looks.
Kings leading now by 13 to the paint. Here's Jackson.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one at the line is good. A lot of great young talent, Chris, coming in the game. Who could be the face of the league in a few years, do you think?
Well, I really like Towns and Wiggins. I really like this Minnesota team. I think their team can become a fan favorite as we see the game go on. Also, Kyrie Irving. How about Kyrie Irving? Just won a championship. How about Davis, Anthony Davis? I just think we have some great young talent. Excited to see what the future holds.
So fun. It's tipped, and the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Now, it's not exactly hard to see what the Rockets prefer to do on offense. They see the value of the three-pointer and put up a ton of shots from behind the arc. It's been years running that they've finished in the top 3 in three-pointers attempted at the end of the season.
And it's slammed in by Young.
And you have to admire the penetrating ability of Young, just slashing apart the defense with his speed.
Floats one up. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 5.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Here's Fresh. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Fresh. Tries to keep it alive. And that one hits back iron. Kings leading now by 16. Mitchell kicks to Harkless. To the inside. Here's Len. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Martinez is checked in for Marjanovic. Steph Curry, the first unanimous MVP winner last season, Chris. I heard it suggested that former MVPs should get a vote on who wins the award. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Of course. I agree that players should vote most of the time because they're really out there on the floor and they get to see the nuances and intangibles of the game that we don't get to see. And I also have another idea for All-Star. How about this, Kevin? 3-point shooting contest. After we have the winner of the 3-point shooting contest with NBA players only, then the next day we come back and we have the winner go against former winners. You know, just think about seeing Larry Bird out there, Craig Hodges out there, Rashawn Leonard out there.
Yes.
Oh, Steve Kerr out there. You know, I'd love to see it because one thing about basketball, it transcends everything, including age. And the jump shot never gets old. I'd love to see that.
Great perspective. And the Rockets making a change here. Vasenko's checked in.
Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Rockets trail by 19. Gordon for 3. They get it again. Vasenko passes to Fresh. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's the screen. Five to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Offensive rebound. To the paint. Here's Fisenko. And finally they hit one.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. Baseline try, and it goes down 2 points. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And another disappointing season for the Kings last year. They fell out of the playoff race early on. They just couldn't keep pace with the rest of the conference.
And while the Kings were improved last year, it didn't seem like they made much headway towards their ultimate goal.
Well, right now, they seem to be lacking a direction for the team. There's an air of uncertainty about who they want to build around. They will need to answer some hard questions in short time.
And the Kings making a change here. Holmes checked in. Here's Jackson. Soft touch off the glass. Jackson's got 11 points.
He continues to build on his outstanding play during the first quarter.
And now Sacramento on the break.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
When he has the ball in his hands in transition, he always finishes strong, just like he did there.
1:09 left in the first half. Here's Fresh, guarded by Len. Just 4 to shoot. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Get out the way. Move, and that pumps up his teammates as well. That's a statement play all the way around.
He feeds it to Jackson. From downtown, wow, through the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
And with the free throw percentage hovering around 70, he knows he has to bring that up.
Fox, he's checked in for Sacramento. And the second free throw, good.
Strong take to get the foul there after not getting it there in the first quarter.
And he makes all 3.
Now, one of the issues the Kings have had over the last decade or so is that they haven't had much consistency at the coaching spot. That turnover is a recipe for chaos for a team.
Martinez outside. Off target from 3-point range.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now here's Jackson. 9-point game his last outing. Glenn, a screen. Jackson passes to Fox. Puts it up from 12. Connects. The jumper drops. 6 points for him.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
I mean, yeah, they just have not been able to offer any kind of defensive effort tonight. Embarrassing.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Kings on top, running away with it. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Again, a big scoring performance for you in the first half. Is starting strong been an emphasis for you?
Oh, absolutely, man. Not just for me, but for the whole team, you know. We know that you can gain a mental edge in the first stretches of the game. So we've been focused on, coming out of the gate strong, and I think it worked for us.
You're definitely on top tonight. Thanks for your time, man.
All right, man.
All right, back to you, Kevin.
Sabonis is out there with Alex Len. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Fox. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Man, it looks like the defense is just giving up.
It's Young on the wing. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And some big names have called it a career in the last few years. We just saw Kobe retire this past season. Chris, when did you know that it was time for you to make that transition away from the game and officially retire?
I knew a couple of years before I actually admitted it. I battled injuries basically my whole career, from dislocated shoulders to ankle injuries to, of course, everyone knows about the knees. And so for me, I was just trying to play every single moment I could and as many games as I could. So, I don't really know when I realized it, but it didn't matter, because whenever you realize it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Kings in third.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
The first free throw is good. While the casual fan, sometimes sitting further away from the court, doesn't always hear all the talking that's going on between the players, among the players, Chris, on the floor. How important is that communication between teammates, among players on the same team on the floor?
Great question, Kevin. I mean, it's tremendously important. Let's just think about some plays. Over 60% of the plays in games are pick and roll plays. So when you think about that, the big man has to communicate to the guard, or he's going to get his head knocked off on every type screen. Also, the big fellas in the back of the defense, they're the ones that can see the floor and everything on the floor that's going on. So it's very important that they communicate from the back. Also, guards communicating the play calling, whether offensively or defensively. So communication is very important. And it's a lot of fun if you're a fan. If you can ever get a ticket down close, you'll hear some funny stuff out there. Well, the crowning moment for the Rockets' franchise history has to be their back-to-back titles in 94 and 95. Jordan was out of the league, and it was time to shine for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon led their team to their only 2 titles in franchise history.
And with the Rockets' pair of titles, what a scrappy group of teams those were. Drexler and Olajuwon were the stars, but everyone could play on their team.
But what is really wild about the 95 run is that the Rockets were a 6th seed. That was the lowest seeded team to ever win the NBA Finals.
They swipe it. Glenn, a screen. Inside, off the pick. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. And there's the pass to Fresh. And they pick up 2. Fresh has got 14 points.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Sometimes you get into a zone for a few games, and the basket seems as if it's wide as the ocean.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you.
And checking out some numbers for Fresh. This past month, he's really set himself apart. 6th in free throw percentage and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And throughout the years, one thing that the Kings, Chris, have done well as a franchise is put together an exciting team.
And as you said, that applies to good or bad. From the white chocolate days with my man Jay Will dazzling the fans to the Mitch Richmond teams, the Kings have always been fun to watch. Part of it is that the franchises always seem to prefer playing an up-tempo style of basketball.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. And he knocks down the first one.
Now, by this point, we all know the approach the Houston Rockets front office has taken to assemble a team. has made for some great years for Houston, but they have yet to turn the corner.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And for the approach of the Rockets, a lot of it is looking for shots that are of high value, namely threes and free throws.
Well, most importantly, the players have bought in and embraced the approach. Not many players will be against a high-powered offense that gets up and down the floor.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Teardrop shot. Land with the block. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Fresh, the pass to Martinez. Feeds it to Young. Passes to Fresh. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Alex Len picks one up. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Houston. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, Sacramento, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And checking out Sacramento, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
This makes you wonder, will they continue to be inconsistent as the season progresses? At this point, they look like they're still finding out their identity as a team, which is why they have struggled.
Marjanovic checked in for Martinez. Glenn with a screen on Gordon. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. He's got 17.
Oh, he has been an absolute terror this quarter.
From the stripe. And that one's good. Fresh.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
.157 left here in the third quarter. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. And so here's Sacramento. And a miss there off the inbound.
Oh, he couldn't have asked for a better look there. He just didn't get it to go.
Down low, Harkless with the steal. And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's Mitchell. The Rockets pull it in. Fresh has got his 3rd rebound tonight. 1:30 left in the third quarter. Young outside. Here's Fresh. 20 points for him. Clock is at 3. Misses off the left iron. Here's Mitchell. Defended by Gordon. Here's the screen. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 11 points.
Come on, he's so zeroed in. Going to the rack. He didn't face much resistance, though.
Young passes to Fresh. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Get out the way. Move, and that pumps up his teammates as well. That's a statement play all the way around.
Mitchell played in with a nice touch off the glass. 13 points in the game.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Young on the wing. Gordon, the pass to Fresh.
Gordon.
It's good.
Okay, he's holding his own tonight. But they may need more than that from him.
And for the Kings, they're shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Knocks it loose. One-on-one fast break. Young for three. Misses the shot. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Kings ahead. Just dominating this one. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start. It's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Houston. Here's Fresh, guarded by Jackson. Young in the corner. Here's Fresh, and he lays it straight in. Fresh has got 18 points now here in the second half.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Fox kicks to Jackson. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Inside, here's Young. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Fresh. Chris, every year we see less and less of the classic 20 and 10 big men. You average 20 points and 10 rebounds for your career. Why do you think we are seeing less big men hit those benchmarks?
You know what? I really don't know. I can't even act like I do, Kevin. You know, that was a different time, and I look at these kids now and I watch them play, and I'm in awe. And I admire their skill sets, and so I'm really not sure about that. But my mom always used to tell me, stay focused on what you could do. So I'm glad I stayed focused on hitting them boards and trying to get our team to get some wins.
Well said. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he can't get the first one.
Sabonis at the line for 2.
That one is no good. And for Houston, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And the basket is good.
Great execution gives him a makeable shot. He's working hard out there.
Here's Fox. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Young passes to Fresh. The kick out to Young. There's the 3. That one misses. And the Kings going the other way now. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That's the first of 6 played on the road. And Fox gets it to go.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Here's Fresh, guarded by Fox. Well, the salary cap's skyrocketing this season and next season as well with all the new TV money. And Chris, it's sure a good time to be a free agent, isn't it?
Oh, man, I tell you what. I mean, it seems like every decade, the next decade, the players say, man, I wish I was born in that one. But I tell you what, the business of basketball is doing well thanks to the fans.
Yes.
And thanks to the hard play and work of these players.
Well said. Here's Fresh. Young outside. Pass to Fresh.
When you get tagged with your 4th foul, you have to be very careful the rest of the way.
At the line for the Rockets, Fresh.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, he's been aggressive and getting himself some free throws as a result.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. There's the feed to Harkless. Pass to Holmes. He dishes it to Mitchell. 5 to shoot from past the arc. He can't get that one to fall. And the Rockets take it the other way. Here's Fresh. Young in the corner.
and not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
And player rest has become a hot-button issue. It's commonplace, as you know, Chris, for playoff teams to rest their players down the stretch of a regular season. But last season, we saw lottery teams doing the same things. What's your thought on that?
My opinion is that if you're a lottery team and you aren't playing your players, and I think the fans should be upset with you. I think the coach should have to answer, the GM should have to answer, the president should have to answer. I mean, the reason why you should continue playing is to get better. There's no need for rest. That's what the off season's for. The off seasons are for the really bad teams that don't make the playoffs. They get a couple of extra months to rest and hopefully to work on their game so they can come back better players on a better team.
Great perspective. It's Young on the wing. The pass to Fresh. There's the triple. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
Well, it really went well according to plan there for the D. They completely baited them into taking that shot, making that move, and they were ready for it.
To the inside. Holmes kicks to Mitchell. And Fresh picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Here's Mitchell. They set the screen. Shot clock at 5. The dish to Harkless. 13 feet away. Fresh pulls it in. Fresh has got rebound number 5 here tonight. You look around the NBA, Chris, at all the head coaches, a lot of new names. Why do you think teams are still looking for fresh faces on the bench? Guys that may not have the big name that get the head coaching jobs.
Well, I think because guys want to see something new. I think sometimes you get to see a guy's personality or a situation may precede itself as far as for a coach. And so I think a lot of times people just kind of want to start things off with a clear slate their way and have the loyalty of a guy that's only coached for their team. And for some it works, for some it doesn't. But once again, it's only one championship to go around a year.
Well said.
Shooting for Sacramento, Mitchell.
The first free throw is good. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And Mitchell drops them both. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole.
Go. Keep the
Oftentimes,
energy
you
up.
just got to
Keep the
make
energy
that
up.
first
Lock 'em.
simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Kicks to Len. Dishes to Harkless. 6 on the shot clock. Banked in off the glass.
Man, fantastic chemistry on that play. You have to admire the unselfishness.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Young outside. Here's the 3. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
And for Sacramento, their shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Kings.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Here's Fresh. Young outside. Pass to Fresh.
Sacramento foul. That's his first personal foul. Penalty situation.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mitchell. And Fresh picks up the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line.
Shooting for Sacramento.
First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And so here is Houston. Inside. Looking for Young. He gets it there. Here's Fresh. Back to Young. Here's Fresh. Young with the pass and Prez with the finish. Nice play.
And you know Prez will finish that play. And more importantly, Young knows that Prez will finish that. Nice score from Orange Juice.
Hey, yo, we got to step it up, man. The Kings killed us tonight. It's not going to be easy. Stomping like that.
Tell me about it.
You step it up then, Prez.